Add pizzazz with a mix-and-match wardrobe today.
Thank you. Mark McEwen now is the latest on the weather for this Wednesday morning. Mark.
I wonder if it's morning in America.
Yes, it is morning. Kind of a gray morning in America. It has nothing to do with the election. Lots of clouds over the country. Basically, outside of the East Coast, where there are clouds, it's either most of the states are covered with clouds or partly cloudy, but clouds are the buzzword today. Let's put this out here for all the cabbies and the hacks, maybe one of the last weeks that you'll be able to ride around with your arm out the window and everything. Plus, they do a good job here in New York City. 46 degrees, little rain up in portions of northern New York, as you can see, but look at the cloud cover all throughout the country. Lots of clouds, and through parts of the middle and even what they call the near west, not the far west, they're seeing some rain mixed with snow, and some of the upper levels in Colorado and the Colorado Rockies, 2 to 6 inches in some of the northern slopes up there. So they're getting a good amount of snow up there. Rain, as you can see, through portions of Iowa and Nebraska, also through parts of Colorado in the lower levels as well. Kind of quiet down through the southwest. Up on the Pacific Northwest, they're going to see a little bit of rain a little bit later on today. They're just seeing clouds right now and 50 degrees in San Francisco. That's a quick look at the national forecast. Let's take a look at your weather.
Don't walk out the door without your umbrella because you may need it on the way back this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon, and a chance of thunder showers, highs in the mid-70s. I'm Joe Case.
Coming up, we'll have a wake-up call for the winter. Harry?
From Channel 5, this is an Eyewitness News update.
Brought to you by Emma's Flowers.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brenda Blackman. Let's check in with Joe Case and find out about this day after the election weather.
Well, it's going to look pretty good this morning. We have partly cloudy skies for the most part around the area. A few more clouds rolling on in, as you can see on our satellite picture and radar imagery. Most of the rainfall is still back to the west and to the north of us. A little scattered shower activity down in Alabama, but clouds beginning to roll in. There's been some pretty dense fog over East Tennessee this morning, with Knoxville and the Tri-Cities area reporting visibilities of 0. Some fog may be out in the area where you're watching, so be careful on your way in. Right now, partly cloudy 45, today up to 76 with thunder showers by the afternoon. Brenda?
Thanks, Joe. We do have 2 accidents to report for you at this hour. They are at 44th Avenue and Indiana Avenue and Nolensville Pike and Allied Drive. In our news, Campaign 88 is finally over. Although the Republicans scored a big presidential victory with the election of George Bush, the Tennessee Senate race failed to show any coattail effect whatsoever. With 100% of the votes counted, Democrat Jim Sasser has won re-election, fending off a challenge from Bill Anderson, 65 to 34%. However, the Republicans were able to gain in the Tennessee House of Representatives. Beth Haltman scored an upset in the 56th district, ousting incumbent Democrat Jan Bushing by a 6% margin. 2 referendum questions were also on the ballot in Davidson County, and here are the final numbers on those issues. Metro voters overwhelmingly approved the enhanced 911 emergency system by some 143,000 votes. But the controversial horse racing referendum was neck and neck all the way, with the issue losing by a nose, only 2% of the vote. While Davidson County voters said no to gambling, voters in the Bluegrass state gave a thumbs up to the Kentucky State Lottery. A state law prohibiting a lottery was repealed, 61 to 39%. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Do you realize Christmas is almost here? 10% off all Christmas items during November at Emma's Flowers, 2410 West End. Trees, decorations, lights, wreaths, table centerpieces, nativity scenes, poinsettias, and many more. Come early, save 10% in November. Emma's, the superlative florist.
In other news, former White House Chief of Staff Howard Baker denies reports that his discussions with a New York firm are related to a criminal investigation of that company. The Washington Post yesterday quoted unidentified sources as saying Drexel Burnham Lambert was negotiating with Baker about his becoming its chairman. Drexel, one of the biggest U.S. investment companies, has been under intense scrutiny for nearly 2 years because of its relationship with Ivan Boesky. Boesky was convicted of insider trading and turned state's evidence. He is now in jail. The little boy found at the bottom of a trash chute in a Tennessee State University dormitory remains in critical condition at Vanderbilt Medical Center this morning. His mother has been identified as 23-year-old Barbara Trapp. an undergraduate at TSU. Captain Joe Anderson of the Metro Police Department's Youth Guidance Division says Trapp's mother is on her way to Nashville from Florida to take custody of the child. Weather-wise today, you need to take your umbrellas because there is a chance of showers in the afternoon. Today's forecast partly cloudy with a high around 76 degrees. Right now in Nashville, it's 45. Good day.
This has been an Eyewitness News update.
Brought to you by Emma's Flowers.
The moral crusader demanded to view this adult movie, and the accused college professor finally agreed to let him see it. It's that triple X-rated campus scorcher that students had to watch as part of the most controversial university course in America. Now the Crusaders review, and your chance to vote on whether this stuff belongs in a college classroom.
Today on A Current Affair at 4 o'clock on Channel 5.
Add pizzazz with a mix and match wardrobe today.
Faith, thank you very much.
The Wax Museum. That's a toughie.
What's the weather today?
Well, let's take a walk and I'll tell you all about it. Tell you this morning's weather segment is sponsored by new band Ocean Breeze scent. The Difference. Ah, yes, is fantastic. Now, you knew this was coming. There's a wake-up call. Look at this. Bush, Louisiana. You know how hard it was to find Dukakis, Illinois? We couldn't find one. Patchy cloud, 65 degrees. That, of course, is for George Bush and the Cajun state down there. Say hello to all my friends down there in Louisiana. Now, just about the entire eastern seaboard will have a bright, sunny day. However, it's Cloud City from the Ohio Valley all the way across to the Rockies. That's a lot of real estate right here. Lots of clouds today. We're going to see plenty of rain falling from the clouds across the Missouri Valley, where over an inch may fall during the day. Down in the southwest, going to be a good day. Hey, maybe you want to take it out on the road. You know, look at that. I've never run one of those jackhammers ever, but those guys do good work out there on the highways. The northern Rockies will have a dry but cold day. Northwest coastline is going to be in for a windy, wet afternoon, so watch out for that. You can see the rain clouds up there. 36 in Anchorage, 19 in Fairbanks, 87 in sunny skies in Honolulu. That's a quick look at the national forecast. Let's take a look at your weather.
Don't walk out the door without your umbrella because you may need it on the way back this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon. Had a chance of thunder showers, highs in the mid-70s. I'm Joe Case.
Coming up, we'll talk about the rain falling mainly in the plain. Kathleen?
Plain or planes?
Plains.
As in Georgia.
747s, jets. No, only kidding. They'll be in the planes. We'll talk about it.
Thanks, Mark. Next, Robert Krulwich and some of the players in the new administration. It's now 23 minutes before the hour.
On CBS this morning, here's a look at your weather.
Don't walk out the door without your umbrella because you may need it on the way back this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon. Had a chance of thunder showers, highs in the mid-70s. I'm Joe Case.
This is CBS.
This is a Channel 5 Good News Break.
Hi, this is Don Welch. A good party is fun for all ages. Just ask the folks at Citicorp Insurance Services. Citicorp celebrated Halloween with 50 kindergartners from the Buena Vista School. It's all part of Citicorp's Adopt a School program. After watching this Halloween party, it's hard to tell who had more fun, the younger ghosts or the older ones.
The winners and losers today on Midday.
Thanks, Charlie. We're going to get some weather now this morning.
Some weather?
Some weather.
The
Weather in your face. Here's my
A chunk of hot, burning weather this morning. Weather in your face. I kind of like that. So you can see the buzzword today is not Republicans. The buzzword is not Democrat. The buzzword is clouds. Are clouds? Is clouds. You can see clouds all over the country is what I'm trying to say. This is a satellite picture. Most of the clouds, not many of them bringing rain, but a lot of them bringing, as you can see, cloud cover. Very few states showing all clear skies. As we get out to the western part of the country, you can see a lot of cloud cover up in the northwest and also right around parts of Wyoming and Utah. And they're seeing some snow and also seeing some rain in the northwest. Let's talk about the northwest. Northwest seems to be locked into a pretty wet weather pattern, which is a blessing since it's been so dry up there for such a long time. You can see windswept rain is what we're talking about today. This new system should be spreading its heavy rain across the shorelines by mid-afternoon. And the system we're talking about, of course, is right through here, coming this way. The gusty southerly winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour will probably start blowing a little bit later on this morning, so it's a bumper shoot kind of day in the northwest. Take that umbrella with you. That's a quick look at the national forecast. Let's take a look at your weather.
Don't walk out the door without your umbrella because you may need it on the way back this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon, and a chance of thunder showers, highs in the mid-70s. I'm Joe Case.
Coming up, we'll tell you the weather for tomorrow. Harry?
Good morning, I'm Debbie Allen.
And I'm Harry Chapman.
Coming up today on Talk of the Town at 11, learn how to mix it all up with pizzazz when we show you how to stretch your wardrobe.
There's no need to stretch the imagination for beauty. Just take a look at these beautiful colors of fall.
Also, if your child's grandparents have you seeing red because they break all your rules, find out how to avoid this three-sided problem with parent, child, and grandparent.
And it's Wednesday. That means Doc Holliday is going to be here in the kitchen. We have all this and a lot more today at 11.
From Channel 5, this is an Eyewitness News update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brenda Blackman. Let's check in with Joe Case and find out about today's weather forecast.
Well, Brenda, the clouds are rolling on in here today, and it looks like, for the most part, the afternoon is going to be cloudy, and we're going to have some rain out there. So if you're getting ready to head out the door to work or wherever, better take the umbrella with you because later on today you're probably going to need it. Here's the way we're looking outside. Currently, mostly cloudy, 50 degrees. Today, we're looking for partly to mostly cloudy skies with afternoon thunder showers possible, and the high temperature is going to be about 76 degrees or so today. Let's check on the traffic now with Brenda.
Thanks, Joe. We do have a couple of accidents to report for you at this hour. They are on Donaldson Pike at I-40 and Cloverland Drive and Old Hickory Boulevard. There is a gas leak there, and they are diverting traffic. In our news, election results, of course. George Bush's impressive victory in the presidential race was not enough to help fellow Republican Bill Anderson in his run for the U.S. Senate. With all of the ballots in, Democrat Jim Sasser is the clear winner with 65% of the vote, compared to only 35% for Anderson. But the Republicans did pick up a seat in the Tennessee House of Representatives. Final results from the 56th District show Beth Haltman with the upset victory over incumbent Democrat Jan Bushing by a 6% margin. 2 referendum questions were also on the ballot in Davidson County, and with 100% of the votes in, here are those results. Metro voters overwhelmingly approved the enhanced 911 emergency system by some 143,000 votes. But the controversial horse racing referendum went down to the wire as predicted. The issue lost by a narrow 2% of the vote. While Davidson County voters said no to gambling, voters in Kentucky can bet even more in their new state lottery. By a 61 to 39% tally, Bluegrass voters repealed a state law prohibiting a lottery there. We'll have more for you in just a moment.
One of the things DuPont says can end up on its Stainmaster carpet can actually make any carpet look better. Stanley Steamer, the carpet cleaner DuPont chose as the authorized warranty service company for its Stainmaster carpet. Now, if we're good enough to service DuPont's best carpet, don't you think we're good enough to clean yours? Stanley Steamer. Anything less just isn't carpet cleaning.
Stanley Steamer Carpet Cleaners, 331-7110, 6 areas for $99.95.
The Clarksville Humane Society shelter is closed, and the society has fired the officers and volunteers who ran it. An official says the shelter is unsanitary and overcrowded, and that most all of the cats are suffering from feline leukemia and will have to be put to sleep along with some of the dogs. Dr. Robert Doty, a board member, says the society has $28 in the bank with debts of more than $3,000. In the future, the society will not have a shelter itself, but will try to find foster homes for abandoned animals. And finally, some good news for the girl from McMinnville who was hit in the head with a lawn dart and spent several days in a coma. Amy Heron is doing a lot better this morning. She went home from Vanderbilt Medical Center yesterday afternoon, saying that she was a little blurry-eyed but still feeling good. That wheelchair was not really necessary. Amy's doctor told her to get right back into the life of a normal 6th grader. She will be going back to school on Monday. Weather-wise today, currently in Nashville, we have mostly cloudy skies and 50 degrees. Today's forecast, partly cloudy skies. In the afternoon, you can expect some showers. The high should be around 76 degrees. Have a terrific day, everyone.
You know, there are many ways to measure success. One is recognition by our peers. That's why all of us at Channel 5 are so very proud to win the Emmy Award for Eyewitness News at 6. And for the second year in a row, too. But knowing that you trust us to bring you the news, well, that really makes us proud. And that's why we'll work very hard to bring you the best newscast we can. That's a promise.
Your good health is your most valuable possession. Channel 5 presents Health Tips each day, Monday through Friday, with medical reporter Leanne Sewell. Health Tips will provide useful and practical information about your health and today's important health issues. An ounce of prevention is the key to a healthy and happy life. Let us help you stay that way each day with Leanne Sewell and Health Tips, brought to you by Baptist Hospital.
Win, lose, or draw, now at 4:30 on Channel 5.
Thanks very much, Faith. I want to get a check on the weather this morning, and also a happy birthday to who?
One of my heroes. Let me set the stage. 1964, first time I ever played organized baseball. I was a pitcher on a team called the Cardinals. That year they won the World Series. Today, Hall of Famer Bob Gibson, one of my heroes, is 53 years old. 39th Vice President Spiro T. Agnew is 70 on this date. And astronomer Carl Sagan is 54. I guess that means he's been alive billions and billions of days. Happy birthday to you, Carl Sagan. So you can see clear basically on the East Coast today. There's little rain activity to talk about through the Mississippi Valley all the way up through, basically through almost the entire Midwest. Lots of rain. But as we get out towards the West Coast, you can see down around the Pacific, around the Southwest, not the Pacific Southwest, down around the Southwest, clear. Pacific Northwest, some rain up there in portions of Oregon, also in Washington along the coastline, slowly moving in. And talk about tomorrow, wet Thursday seems most likely from the eastern Great Lakes down the Ohio Valley, then southward into the Tennessee Valley to the Gulf Coast. Lots of rain again, and also you see a few thunderstorms down around the Gulf Coast as well. Skies will be clearing up across the plains and upper Midwest, where readings will only make it into the upper 30s and 40s. Elsewhere, the Southwest will have a fine autumn afternoon, while that northwestern rain of later on today will turn into a mixture of rain and snow tomorrow across the northern Rockies. Hey, it's fall heading into winter. What can I tell you? That's a quick look at the national forecast. Let's take a look at your weather.
Don't walk out the door without your umbrella because you may need it on the way back this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon. Had a chance of thunder showers, highs in the mid-70s. I'm Joe Case.
There you have it, the weather for today and for tomorrow. Harry?
Thanks.
This is CBS.
On the next Win, Lose, or Draw, the stars are preparing for a dramatic turn of events.
Lights, camera, action!
So get ready for the trip of your life.
I live in Jupiter.
With Alan Alda and smooth Burt Reynolds.
Could I see your hands first before I guess what you do?
The always lovely lady, Lonnie Anderson.
My tribute to Minnie Mouse dress.
And the jovial Jacques.
It's okay, I'll regroup.
Strap yourself in for fun on the next Win, Lose, or Draw.
Win, lose, or draw today at 4:30 on Channel 5.
The winners and losers today on Midday.